The family and numerous members of the neighborhood turned out to attend the dedication of Tommy De La Rosa Way. The block-long street, just south of Valencia and west of Highland, is in an area where Officer De La Rosa worked to combat drug and gang activities in Fullerton. At the time of his death, on June 21, 1990, Officer De La Rosa was part of a multi-agency task force working undercover in a reverse drug buy assignment. A huge contingent of the Fullerton Police Department turned out in full dress uniform to honor one of their own. Tommy De La Rosa was a 9-year veteran of the Fullerton Police Department and died at just 43 years old. A Cessna 172 small airplane made an emergency landing on Commonwealth at around 6 p.m. on June 20th. The aircraft made the emergency landing immediately after takeoff from Fullerton Airport, landing just east of Indiana Avenue. No one was injured. Certified flight instructor Benjamin Dennis was doing routine landing pattern work with his student when the Cessna 172M they were flying lost power on takeoff. Mr. Dennis is quoted as saying, "Obviously planes landing on the street isn't good for general aviation, but you know, proper training kept us alive." A 5-year plan for water rate increases was approved at the June 4th Fullerton City Council meeting. The additional revenue will provide for operational expenses, annual replacement of 9 miles of pipeline by 2023, as well as reservoir, well, and pump replacements and upgrades. A primary reason for the rate increases is that over half of Fullerton's 423 miles of water pipes are over 50 years old and in need of replacement. And it is estimated that there are over 100 water breaks a year in Fullerton, each of which costs $5,000 to $20,000 to fix, often with a temporary patch rather than a full pipe replacement. The new rates will go into effect on July 1st. Many Fullerton and Anaheim residents of Rancho La Paz Mobile Home Park are joining together to protest the massive rent increases proposed by the park's new owner, John Saunders. The members who have previously spoken at meetings have asked council for help with an ordinance preventing rent hikes, which could increase rents from 40% to 70%. At a protest in front of Anaheim City Hall on June 18th, residents asked for rent stabilization and a more sound housing policy.
We're retirees. A lot of us are disabled. A lot of us just live on Social Security. And we're supposed to pay $400 or $500 more in rent because this predator buyer has told us in his exact words, the value of this land is in turning it into industrial property. So his plan is to get the seniors out of there. Nobody moved there thinking that they were going to be leaving again in a few months. Nobody moved there thinking in a couple of years they weren't going to retire there. We moved there to retire there, to live there in peace.
He has basically retaliated against the residents of Rancho La Paz. He has destroyed our guest parking area, about 90% of it, so caregivers and people who are working with the disabled have to park a long distance away and walk or double park with the risk of towing to see their patients. He's also closed off our pool area for the duration. It was listed as indefinitely. And then now that the houses that are trying to sell, who may have buyers, he's stalling the closing process. We've had houses fall out of escrow, and people are at risk of losing their homes over this. And then for those who are trying to sell, we have people who are selling their houses 40%, 50% below market value because they just want to get out. So it's actually depressing the property values of those who want to get out. So it's making it a difficult situation all around. So we have got our backs against the wall, and we're fighting for our lives here.
And it's not like we're asking for much. These are people that have worked all their lives, and now the end of their life is going to be not what they expected.
We try to hold each other together and help each other, and we've been bringing in food baskets and things like that. And people are trying to save as much as they can. But what will happen is after 2 or 3 late payments, their houses are going to be foreclosed and they'll have nothing. And a lot of people, all they have is their homes.
Council ultimately voted down a temporary rent hike moratorium proposed by Council member Jose F. Moreno. The question of what to do regarding Rancho La Paz will be discussed at the July 2nd Fullerton City Council meeting.
Here in Fullerton, the Day of Music has returned, featuring a wild and wonderful mix of over 150 free outdoor musical events all over town.
Fullerton Day of Music is part of the Global Make Music Alliance, where about 1,000 cities around the world participate in a full day of music celebration on June 21st every year, which is the first day of summer, the summer solstice. And we personally have been involved for 5 years now. We've got about 45 venues. We're live streaming it at the Fox Theater. We have a main stage here at the Plaza, one up at Hillcrest Park, at the Villa del Sol. And just every possible genre of music is represented in this event, and we're super happy to have everyone here. It's really taken off, and we're very proud.
You know, there's 141 bands, so you can't see them all, but you see as many as you can, right? And have fun.
So how do you select the bands that participate in the Day of Music?
The unique thing about that is we don't select the bands ourselves. They register and then they match up with the venues. So it's really up to the venues to decide who fits their location the best. Keep abreast of what we're doing. We start publicizing the registration in March, thedayofmusic.com, and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
My favorite thing about the Day of Music is just everyone in the community just communicating with each other. Who you going to see, giving each other your schedules. That's what I've been doing all day, is communicating with everyone. Oh, what are you going to go see? Because music really is so much in our soul. It gets us through the hard times. It carries us through the good times. And so I just love that it's such a community effort.
Thanks for listening again. Have a great night. Peace.
To read more about any of these stories, please visit www.fullertonobserver.com. And feel free to check out these recent articles in the Fullerton Observer. The Power of Hip Hop, a panel discussion that was hosted by the Fullerton Museum in conjunction with its current exhibit, Custom Beats, The Art of Hip Hop, which is on display at the museum through August 4th. The environmental report for Fullerton College's proposed stadium and how it understates the impact to its neighbors. And a summary of the Mueller report by Jesse Latour. The Fullerton Observer has been run by volunteers since 1978 and is dependent on yearly print subscriptions. For less than $3 a month, you can have the Fullerton Observer delivered directly to your home and support local journalism. Click the link below to subscribe and get bi-monthly issues for only $35 a year.